Welcome to Body Work.
Please fasten your seatbelts.
I had 11 Olympians and over 800 national champs. And all those men, they wouldn't do half the work that she do. And I'm seeing it from the young ladies. These last 2 years, when you think about it, all the good fights is coming from the women. The guys is ducking each other, looking for the easy way. Hey. I'm telling you like it is, you know? So again, you know, this young lady done did everything I asked of her, and she did more. And I'm watching all the young ladies that's boxing now. It's like they trying to prove they better than men. Now, we knew they was kind of there, but now they showing that they mean. You know, in old days in Philly, we call these guys crazy. And that's the way these women are. So when you go back home, speak nice to you.
Welcome to Body Work. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Body Work Boxing. It feels so good to be back. Oh man. Where do I start, man? I would say they always say just another manic Monday. And I'm like, yeah, it just all depends on how you look at it, man. You know, you gotta do some mental sit-ups and some mental push-ups so that you can keep up. Am I preaching? But salute to everybody in the building, man. Not sure where this one's gonna go, but I got a general outline of it. And I just been looking around and listening and you know, just gathering the pulse, because this is the pulse of boxing. And man, I go through these little things where I feel some kind of way about certain things, and then I'm like, who cares? And it's just like I do care, because I think the path that we're headed down, man, when it comes to this sport of boxing, man, I be going back, man. I try to up on the positive. I really do. But somebody gotta be able to put everything into perspective. I'm like, it might as well be me. Might as well be me, right? But we've been on a theme, man. I'm going right back into the curriculum, man, because we be talking about gaslighting all of the time. And I'm gonna build on the definitions, man, because a lot of people will try to distort your memory. They'll try to make you think that you tripping. Might be telling my age if I say tripping. But I figure, well, man, we gotta start being defensive on all angles, man. Like in the information we take in and the sources we come in contact with, just as fans. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, insulation is good. Sometimes you gotta insulate, man. Sometimes you gotta insulate yourself. And you just gotta develop just slightly higher standards, man, that you don't compromise for anybody, man, because people are wishy-washy, man. They flippy-floppy. And I was thinking, man, what are some of the common tactics of gaslighting? Misdirection. That's a big one. Misdirection, man. Do we see that a lot? And I'm gonna get on to this with this Subriel Matias stuff, man, but misdirection, man. The abuser changes the subject or redirects the conversation to confuse the victim. How often you talking and, you know what I'm saying, somebody come out of the left field with something and they just like, or somebody might be cooking or something and then something come out of left field and you like, hold on, that don't apply, but I see how you try to work that in. That's misdirection. You know what I'm saying? That's used on the football field all the time. It's supposed to be a fake 32 dive. You know what I'm saying? Then it's really a sweep in the round. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna crash down. That outside gonna be wide open, especially if the defensive end don't come down and contain. It's a wrap if he gets sucked in. All you dealing with is a corner, and if the wide receiver brushed him, you dealing with one safety. You know what I'm saying? That's how I used to see it. Minimization. The abuser downplays the victim's feelings, making them feel like their concerns are insignificant or like they're being overly sensitive. Do we see that a lot, man? Do we get that a lot in the conversation? It's just like, somebody could just be so passionate and so thorough about what they speaking on, but you know what I'm saying, they try to minimize yours. You know, like they really have that control. You know what I'm saying? Like they really don't. But they try to make you feel like your concerns are insignificant or that you're being overly sensitive. And I don't know about all this. There's a lot of like hyper masculinity out here where people just gotta feel like they gotta be so rah. I'm like, man, you gotta be exhausted to be able to get in character like that online, man. It really do, man. But I've realized that a lot of people act like that online because this is where they can get that off. Like elsewhere, like offline, when these, you know what I'm saying, when the cameras are closed and all that, it's, man, it's a whole different story. But I digress. But I just gave you two tactics that's being used: misdirection and minimization, right? And then let's look at some types. Outright lying. Like telling you something that's a straight up lie. Manipulation of reality. Like something that you know is real. Scapegoating. Putting something off. And this is the big one, man. This is a big one when it comes to online. Coercion, man. There's a lot of people with a lot of batteries in their back, man. They run around. If you, what that thing say, if two come together and agree, if two come together and agree, boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it takes is two. But how many tongues and mouths do we have out here just blurting and just showing everything, man? Just saying a whole lot of things that might be an outright lie, might be a manipulation of reality, and then the scapegoating one is like, that's probably the most interesting one. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a tricky one. I guess I'll get into that one on another time. But to me, all of this, man, gaslighting is people talking about this today like they just came up with this, man. Like, if you part of the kidneys, man, If you part of the 300, man, I'm gonna need y'all to start like saying something, man. My whole theory on this whole thing is silence is consent, man. And it's getting kind of hard for me, man, because a lot of people be coming up and saying stuff today that was clearly said, you know what I'm saying, more than a week ago, acting like they had a eureka moment. Like this is brand new, like these are brand new thoughts and ideas, man. I'm like, and it's happening more and more, man. I mean, you can go to McDonald's. You can go to McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Some of us, I guess some of us gotta eat at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? But that fast food, man, and they say gut health equates to mental health, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to go ahead and get that microwave stuff, because I'm telling y'all, a lot of people be microwaving stuff. A lot of people be looking at other people's, you know, stuff and numbers and all that, man, and they get to formulating their thing and all that. They microwave. And they get a lot of people to try to coerce, you know what I'm saying? Like get locked in step with them, like, you know, like that's the gospel. And I'm like, man, hold on. Where was all these theories and concepts? And I saw a lot of this today. It was an undertone of this today. It was a big undertone of this today. When it came to one Subriel Matias and one Devin Haney, I heard a lot of like minimalizing what Subriel Matias stand for. And I'm like, man, it wasn't as flagrant. It wasn't as flagrant. I'm not gonna say they were using their inside voices, but goddamn, they wasn't standing at the top of no mountaintops. They wasn't standing at the top of no mountaintops. They was putting it out there as far as the minimalization of what Subriel has been doing, man. When it came to that one name, it was a lot of minimalizing and a lot of, oh, well, no, that's probably going to be, now listen to this, man. Listen to this, man. If there was step aside money to be paid to one Sandro Mark, which I seen an article, I seen something, because, you know, again, I'm not using these people's stuff no more. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Because it's cool when they do it, but when I do it, you know what I'm saying? So I was going to use this article, but I don't need to do that, man, because most of the people here, they already know what it's all about. And they already know that this year, we're going to put the pressure, we're going to keep the pressure right where it need to be. And it's getting ugly. It's getting real ugly, man. It's getting real ugly. It's like a lot of people out here looking real dumb, real stupid, you know what I'm saying? Real contradictory, man, because if you talk about this one fighter over here, it's one thing, but you change topics to a whole nother fighter over there. Like this one man, Subriel Matias, cannot find somebody to get in the ring with him right now. He can't find, and so I'm like, hold on. Are y'all gaslighting us? Like, is this a little bit of misdirection? Because one of the first names that came up was Liam Parro. That's before everything was etched in stone and nothing was really cinched in, but that was the first name. So we're like, oh, okay, cool. Well, both have agreed to most of the terms. Well, what happened? Because I quoted sources. And if you've been around, if you ain't been around, go back and look at the videos I did. Not this microwave stuff that y'all been seeing the last couple of days, like people just coming up with this stuff now. That's what I say, man. I don't follow trends. I said them. I use sources where I showed it up on the screen where they said both parties agreed 90%. Both parties. It wasn't all the way cinched in, but it was looking good and this and that. I don't know what happened. Somebody let me know. What happened? I ain't looking at nothing yet, man, but I want to get this out so we can have a real discussion. Y'all already know how I do. Somebody let me know what happened when they said that 90% of this thing was done in with Liam Parro. They had already said that Catterall had pulled out, and now that we got closure on that because he wanted unfinished business with Josh Taylor. I totally understand. That's a British fight, probably way more money, way less risk because he had Josh Taylor number. We can already see in the press conference that that's lightning in the bottle. That's really what Eddie's whole goal is. Y'all. Let's not forget that. Anything going on with anybody from anywhere else outside from over there is secondary. That just is what it is. If you don't see that, you're blind. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. But that's priority. That's why I always say I throw caution. I say, hold on, man. If you sign this guy, it's only so that somebody can run down on whoever they decide, whoever they pick, whoever they choose is right for the taking. They can run down. But the whole thing is really to build up, get these marquee names. Have an Andre over there, like, yeah, man, we got Andre, and always keep the illusion that the big one is going to happen. Don't make me go back down memory lane. It just happened. Richardson, Hitchens, and Montana Love. Before that, it was Andre, who never touched Triple G, never touched Canelo. They was over there. It's history. That's just two in the recent examples. So I'm like, okay, if it wasn't a Liam Parro, we already knew that Richardson Hitch said, all right, I'm gonna get Gustavo Lemons, so he was gone. You know what I'm saying? We just talked about Catterall, which locked up Josh Taylor, but Josh Taylor ain't want that smoke anyway because that belt was dropped. That's a whole different situation. But if we talking about over there in that deal, when we go down these names, it's Regis left. It's still a Liam Parro, even though they said that's not going to happen, or I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is misdirection. They're going to come out and say, oh, in the 9th hour, 12th hour, midnight, a quarter till, we got this thing done and wrapped up like they like to do. You know what I'm saying? Creating a... But that's this era. That's what I'm telling y'all about now. This era is all about the drama, all about the... Because it's not enough right now for fans. It's like fans need so much extra stuff, man. If you look at what's going on everywhere else, man, boxing has all of that. Because the same people that watch all that other stuff, all that messy stuff, all that, you know what I'm saying, that drama-filled stuff, they in the sport of boxing. Because why? The sport of boxing alone, unless you just really driven on it, ain't going to sustain you. Most people got to have something else. So they need that. So they'll tell you, oh, no, that's not going to happen. That's not the name. And oh, no. And then in the midnight hour, right there at 11:59, right before the clock strikes, we got a deal. Don't act like we ain't seen it, man. I would prefer to be able to know as early as possible so people can stop playing. Because if it was going down where they say it's going down, I'm trying to get down. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to plan. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to plan, plot, and strategize. So I don't like to be toyed with, especially when people be trying to say, oh, you don't go to these and you don't. Well, I want to go see who I know going to be around, who ain't just going to come out and just take my money and ride off in the sunset. Somebody who I know is going to be a tough eye. When I go out there, it ain't going to go. I'm not going to have to look over at the judges for them to confirm or deny something that I know what I saw with my own eyes. Give me a champion like that to make me want to be like, all right, I'm going. Where they at? Okay, when is it? Okay, I got 6 months. Okay, cool, I'm there. So I can make accommodations and set everything up. Give me that kind of guy. That's why I say I'm putting the energy where it need to be now, man. I stop playing. And somebody struck a nerve the other day. They said, oh, he used to talk about everybody. Now all he do is talk about Subriel Matias and anyway. And I'm like, oh, you peeped that. Oh, okay. You loud now. But where was you when I was talking about everybody else? You wasn't out here like Melazar. You wasn't out here like Aaron Jones. Like how Bud B. You wasn't out here interacting when I was talking about everybody. Oh, but now when I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm playing hardball. If you ain't satisfying me as a fan, if you ain't walking into action and you speaking there, if you say you all about money and that's all you getting to, that's one thing. But if you say you all about legacy, and then I see that you really about money and you flip-flop and 1 minute it's like, oh, well, no, that's not enough money. That's not going to add to my legacy. But really, I don't want to get out of bed for that. It's like, hold on, man. Hold on now. I've been around the world and I can't find my baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's why I'm keeping energy here. So for whoever you was that was sitting around watching saying I used to talk about everybody, yes, I was trying to be liberal. I was trying to give everybody a nice, fair, even, odd shake. Unless you did something, I really wasn't going to point it out. Still ain't going to really point out nothing now. You know what I'm saying? I definitely give you a pass. I'm not going to be the one. I'm not going to be Maury Povich. You know what I'm saying? This is not going to be, you know what I'm saying, with TMZ. Like, you got a TMZ. It's a whole big TMZ. You can go get TMZ early in the morning all the way to evening, sometimes 3 in a day. You can get TMZ all day, every day. You can get Dr. Phil. You can get that all day almost. You know what I'm saying? Broken news. You know what I'm saying? You get drama too. That's not this lane. I'm highlighting the champs. I'm highlighting the ones that's in the mess hall with their chest out and they running around like, hold on, hey, you said, hey, you gave me the number. Then we went out for drinks that night. We had the dinner. You said I was handsome. What's going on? Oh, you was playing. That's what I'm going for now. So I apologize, man. And I realized, see, that was so ironic because that was a double-edged sword. And when people troll like that, you really do learn a lot from the trolls. That's why I say you gotta feed them. I got t-shirts with that logo. I feed the clones, which I have. I don't know. I never knew I got that many women out here pregnant, man. But I got a lot of clones. I also got a lot of trolls. But I say, you know what? Feed them. Trolls, they used to living down in the gutter. They used to eating microwave information. They used to just being on that low level. It's just, they just eat. Give them some fruit and veggies. Come to body work. You're gonna get your kidneys right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give you the nutrients that you need. You know what I'm saying? But in that, it was a double-edged sword when he said that, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been thinking about it, because I'm a thinker. I say, hey, dang, I used to talk about everybody. I'm like, but now I only talk about 2 fighters. That's interesting. Even though my video showed that that's a lot. But I said, let me entertain the part that I think really hurts. The part that really hurts is that I used to talk about everybody. And now I done dropped it down to like just a handful of fighters. But you know why? Because they was probably biting. Yeah, it's easy. Like when I'm talking about everybody and breaking it down, because remember I said, y'all can go get that Mickey D's, that MC D's, that MC D's. Y'all can get that Mickey D's, that microwave mix, that, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all know how it is when you go get whatever it is. What's a filet? Like a number 7, number 9, something like that. You go get that filet of fish, you supersize the fries, you get you a large drink, you might even get you an apple pie. You be at work for about 45 minutes and you hungry again. Why? It wasn't no substance in it. But somebody like me, who I really get down, like I can go down to Aldi's. I can go get me 2 potatoes and I'll make you the best fries you ever had. I'll cook the best burger. I'll take a loaf of bread and do it, greasy. And you get substance because I'm going to give you some veggies. You're going to have a salad. You can't get it whenever you want it. It's not there all the time. It's not everywhere. This is not the McDonald's mix. This is nutrients. Fruits and veggies. Not that Reggie. Stop playing with me. We need to put the energy where it needs to be, which is on the people that look. No, you're anyway, man. People are just now coming. Oh, now he might be my favorite fighter. Oh, he just might be. It's like, yeah. You sat down and you learned something. You sat down and you start changing your ways. Why? Because that microwave stuff don't work. That going with the flow, being popular like everybody else, that don't work. Everybody can't get on the elevator. Some of us got to take the stairs. So when I put all my energy into these champions, these guys that are really doing something like Naoya anyway, I can't say nothing. The little dude can fight. And he ain't playing. Like, last time I checked, he done stayed up. He done went over there, built himself up as a commodity where he a household name, where a whole stadium, a whole arena is there to see him. He's giving people their best paydays. They coming in And when they come in, whether they acclimated or not, whether they know that it takes a whole day for every half hour difference, whether they know all that and abide by that and come in the way, that's not his problem. He inviting you over, he putting you up, he giving you your highest payday. He treating you like a formidable opponent, which you are, because he don't go for he not going for the McDonald's. You won't I don't think you'll catch anyway down at no Wendy's. You won't catch him at no Hardee's. That's not what he's gonna bring you in, and then guess what? At some point in time, he's gonna figure it out. He's gonna knock you out. And then he's gonna set the bar again and do it all over again and keep climbing. Subriel Matias, he took a loss. He came back and avenged it. He said, all right, I've been through some things. I got my mind right. And now, okay, you might get yours off. You might say, I got to rock 'em, sock 'em. But guess what? You got to be able to withstand that rock 'em. Because I'm sure going to sock him. He just trying to, like, make it, hit him in his pockets. That's all. But he going to do his thing. I don't got no worries about this man having to lay on some silk sheets and then being like, you know what? I don't want to do. I think it's in him. I heard it. You know what I'm saying? He got me working on my Spanish. I'm learning some words. You know what I'm saying? Because I expected the same thing from them. So I said, hey, man, maybe y'all need to learn. That's what I was telling Ugas. You know what I'm saying? He said a couple things. You know what I'm saying? He said a couple things. But I seen De Los Santos. He had said a couple things. I'm like, man, see, that's how you become a star. You do what you do in the ring. Because that we don't got to worry about that. You like a fish in water when it comes to the ring. You got that. We ain't going to say nothing about that. Whatever plan y'all got, that's y'all strategy. Y'all getting better. Y'all taking it more and more serious every time. Y'all training a little bit better. Y'all getting more accurate. You know what I'm saying? Y'all being more deliberate. I'm not worried about that. Just speak a little bit of English. So now I'm like, okay, well, I got to take my own medicine. So now I'm looking at little phrases and stuff. Somebody put something in their mind. I'm looking it up. Okay, so that means that. And I used to know a little something. I used to go over Juarez and be able to come back with no problem. So, I mean, I know how to communicate. But I'm getting better. It makes me want to get better in that area. Since my man say, hey, I'm gonna get better in this area. I'm gonna get better in that area. And I can rely that when they put this man in the ring, I'm gonna get everything that I'm paying for. Because I've been had a subscription since Devin Haney. Newsflash to everybody who said I didn't. I've always had that. Ever since I heard about him, since he was supposed to be Tank's biggest nemesis, I've been supporting him. I've been supporting D.A.Z.N. I was saying it was some BS. I saw the whole thing about how they was just crapping all over PBC about pay-per-views. Then I see the bringing of the pay-per-views. I even got the Canelo fight. Why I get the Canelo fight? Because Bam Rodriguez was on it, and that's one of my guys. I call him the mechanic. So I'm all about them champs. Bam Rodriguez, he's one of the sharpest dudes out there. I say I can't wait till he move up a little bit because I don't like how he yo-yo and weight, but I call him the mechanic for a reason. So when the time comes and they got to fight, these guys are not out in social media, you know, punching people's fathers and doing all kind of crazy stuff like just, you know, what the circus that, you know, boxing has been in. That's not here. That's not what I do. It's just like me. Me and my old head. We can't get down and do our Anyway series until he got a fight on books and we know that it's locked in and we, you know what I'm saying, once a week, twice a week, we putting it out there. We got like 60-something episodes, all classics. Something that you could just sit and just listen to, man. Two people who don't always agree, who contrast. Like I'm sitting up there learning because he done seen it from so many different eyes, in so many different time frames and so many different times, and I done seen it from so many different times. But I wasn't looking at boxing a certain way before a certain time. But we do it. It's just different. We're not into the salaciousness. We're not into the gossip. We try to make reason. We try to break it down. You can walk away with something. But don't let people do not allow. I said this is what I said we was going to do. I said we are going to feed what we want, and we're gonna starve what we don't. Hate it or love it, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you if I ain't talking about everybody, that might be a little bit less for you to be able to bite off of, because I do notice a trend. It's like every day, a day I'll say something about this or do this and this, and then this interview pop up and that interview. It's like, okay, cool. Well, I guess as long as I'm doing this, y'all gonna be talking about the champions. Because if I ain't talking about everybody else no more, it's just you can't bite. You gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, McDonald's mix your own. Like, go, you know what I'm saying? But this is where I'm keeping it at. It's up and it's stuck. I don't report broken news. You know what I'm saying? I don't take things for face value. I'm starting to see that other people aren't taking things for face value. Now everybody trying to do that body work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to do it. Trying to gaslight me like I'm crazy. Like I didn't I'm not. And if you rocking with me and you on to what I'm on, and you feel the way I feel about these champions and these, you know what I'm saying, what we need to preserve the sport, because it's getting crazy, man. People, we starting to have boxers where I could jump up because I think you fooled at that weight class, but I really can't fight at that weight class. But I have all the means to be able to do it, and you know, I don't understand right now. You can't go certain places because you could like to go play, and this is what I learned. Sometimes you want to get close, but you don't want to get too close. You don't want to get too close to nothing that you start becoming biased. So I'd rather be close enough to where it's like, you know, I'm cool with you, but I don't want to be close enough to where now I got to be part of the whole bias thing. Now I got to be part of the ones that's putting up a sprayed in the facade for the bull, because I can't do it. I asked too many questions. It was one of the biggest. When I was in South Carolina, man, it was one of the biggest. I was already out of the military. I was already out of the military. My man came to me. He said, "Man, I got this deal." He's like, "Man, and it's working, man." Because I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Slow it down." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Man, it's this deal, man. With you, you can get your house paid for. You can get whatever car you want paid for. They even got a plan for if you wanna put your kids through college and all." I'm sitting there listening. And I'm like, I done sold insurance. I done sold insurance. I was licensed to do that. I'm like, ain't no vehicle in the world. Ain't no vehicle out there in the world. So I just let him run down the whole spiel. And he said, "Man, you want to go to the meeting?" I said, "Man, yeah, maybe I'll catch the next one." I said, "Maybe I'll catch the next one." He's like, "All right." So then, you know, we be out in the parking lot. We be talking. He's like, "Yeah, man. So, you know, it's going through, man. I'm telling you, man, they about to have another one, man." I was like, "Man, so they said I could bring one person. You trying to go?" I'm like, "Yeah." All right. So I go. We in this little room. They put up the projector. They showing this stuff on the projection. I'm looking at this, and they talk about the payout plans and this and this and this. And I'm raising my hand. I'm like, so they're like, "Hold on. They hold all questions to the end." So then they go on about 10 minutes later. I got my hand up. Hey, yeah, what? I said, they said, "Yeah, hold on, we're gonna get to all your questions. Hold all your questions to the end." I was like, okay. Then they said something like 10 minutes later. I raised my hand. They said, "Hey, who'd you come here with, brother?" And I said, "Oh, I came here when." They said, "So did he tell you how I was working?" I said, "Yeah, he told me how I was working for him, but I said, I still got to be able to understand." They said, "Okay, we're going to talk to you after the meeting." Let's fast forward a couple months later, man. They was called the Three Hebrew Boys. And they was out of Columbia, South Carolina. And if you look them up on Google, they was one of the biggest Ponzi schemes out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's why. Like, no, man. I don't do the McDonald's, man. I don't do the McDonald's mix, man. I gotta break it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not moving that fast. Like, boxing don't move that fast. But the conversation around boxing is what sustains us until the next boxing match. That's all it is. If you running around eating McDonald's, that's why you running around taking a number 2 everywhere. If you wasn't doing that, you'll be able to wait till you get home and settle down, take it in. Your attention span might be a little bit longer. But I'm keeping the energy right where it need to be. Right on the champion, right on what's going to feed us and what's going to sustain us, because the way everybody moving, man, we ain't going to make it. I'm here, y'all. My bad. I had to get that off, man, because boxing getting weird. Wouldn't you say? Boxing is getting kind of weird, man. So I want to get, I want to talk to y'all, man. I want to see where y'all at with it, man. Do y'all feel the same way? Am I tripping? Is it just me? And Key was the first one in the building. I saw that when I was still setting up because I told y'all, man, I said it's been getting to the point in time. It's getting to the point in time, man, where I start putting out that I'm going live. And then let's say if it's 8:15, I say I'm going at 8:30. Magically, a lot of people start jumping in that window. I said, oh man, so I gotta go in there and get set up and just hit the button there. You know what I'm saying? Key, body work. Champion Sports Boxing, body work. Melazar Khan body work. No one wants Matias. It's a lonely world. I hear he got cooties, Key. I hear he got cooties, man. They don't. I don't know if they got a cure. Only cure for that might be an ass and whooping. I'm trying to be a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, politically correct, I guess, in that aspect. Melazar laughing. Matias will be in the ring before May. Don't worry. Oh man, Subriel Matias is like a popcorn machine. Every time hit somebody sounds like pop, pop, pop. Roberto Alvarado. Salute, man. He welcome in the chat. I'm disappointed, Parro. Yeah, I'm not fully set that he is all the way. I don't know. Unless you know for sure. Remember, man, you gotta watch out for that McDonald's and that Burger King, man, and that Wendy's, man. You might get the runs, man. Salute to the chat and body work, Champion Sports Boxing. My member right here, Arnaldo Nieves. Saludos. That's right. Y'all make me feel good, man. I love seeing them kind of numbers when I come out, man. Y'all make me feel like I could do this, son. Cause y'all, hey, without y'all, I'll be here talking to myself, which I was for a couple years until people started listening. Key, Puerto Rico. Key, this is the part of business. A Ringo is no fool. Ringo is pretty smart businessman. Paulie, the other clown, said that Tio did Matias easy. Garfield. Paulie and the other clown said that. Oh, he beat him. They saying he'll beat him easy. Sounds fishy. Might be on to something. CSB. Ooga. It was a trick by Matchroom. Once the contract signed, they pull out their young prospect Parro. They'll offer nothing but garbage to Matias for now. But see, that's and I got a parking lot right there because that. Remember when I was saying it? Remember when I was out in front of it. Not bump all this microwave McDonald's stuff y'all been hearing here lately. I was out in front of it. I had the pulse, and I said, look, but for them to be so intelligent and smart, you can't tell me that Eddie got them to sign on a dotted line and they really didn't know. They didn't know, like, okay, if it's not A, it's definitely going to be B. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I might not be able to get, you know what I'm saying? I might not be able to get that filet mignon. You know what I'm saying? But at least I got to get a ribeye. Like, at a minimum. It might not be that right now, but at least, and that got to be, when I sign, I got to know that. So if that wasn't since then, I'm like, man, is this part of Operation Shelf? You know what I'm saying? That's what I got to keep the pressure on that too, man. I got to keep the pressure on that too, man, because they will do that, man. Will, especially if they think that the darling all of a sudden gonna do some numbers because of Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Which we're not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about that. But if they think the darling gonna do some numbers and you know what I'm saying, that's the way to keep that guy from happening, because that man like an eel right now, boy. That man slipping and sliding and everybody just, you know what I'm saying, going along with it and oh man, yeah, this Ryan. I'm like, man, y'all are some hypocrites. The rumor said they don't agree about money. But how were they like 90%? Like, what is, how can you be 90% in agreement? Only to come to find out you ain't in agreement with the money. Now, I ain't no genius. I ain't no genius now. But I ain't no way in the world I'm in the operation. I can get put in the hurt looker. Well, I get paid to get hit upside the head for a living, and I agree to 90%, but not the money. Me no comprende. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't know about that one, Garfield. I don't know, brother. Matias getting into the stick. That's what I was saying, man. Matias wants the best. He wants it. Arango said 90% was almost official. Arango never had an actual place or date. This was a smoke bomb to get more bread. Yikes. Man, I mean, I guess they say when in Rome, do as the Romans, man. That's why I said, man, I was like, man, at least I know, man. I know eventually. I know with this new thing over here with Al, I know he would have took care of you. I mean, they might have had that little thing with the inactivity, but I think PBC as a whole, as a lot of them guys took a big hit for inactivity, they still put on the biggest fight. And I think PBC as a whole, because you gotta remember, it was a diva that held up the biggest match in the sport, but it was a lot of names and dates that went to follow that. So by that getting pushed back, and these people wanted the line up so the undercard to be right and the people get rolled out, all that stuff got pushed back. That's why I say, man, it's bigger than that one guy. It's bigger than that one guy. It's about the whole division and then the undercard. So that influences different divisions. It's bigger than that. So all these people that were saying, oh man, he just trying to figure this out. I say, okay, so it's okay for him to walk away from the altar with one of them things and lead this man over there with three of them things, knowing that's a big fight, knowing they want to stack the undercard, knowing that there's still implications on the division. It's been too long. That was an extra fake, man. And people they always want to poke and prod, and you know what I'm saying, even though they put on the biggest fights, they always want to take shots at Al, and Al was the one that got sued for paying his fighters too much money. I don't get it. And people be against him. I don't get it. He make the most richest black and brown people in the world the richest, and people are upset. I don't get it. That's just me. That's just me personally. I'm not a PBC lover. As far as the logic and reason, I don't understand. But we got a lot of backlash and a lot of avalanche down from when that big fight didn't happen and undercards were pushed back and dates got moved back and all that. So it was a snowball effect. Nobody wants to point that out or speak to that. They just want to, if it's convenient so they can get a super chat or an extra dollar or whatever they want to push, whatever agenda they can, they're going to take on Al and the PBC. That's all it is, really, to me. Eddie Hearn is way motivated to make Matias a megastar. He just signed Matias. What DMX say? Talk is cheap, mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I like Eddie, man. I do. It's just a bittersweet sometimes, man. If this pan out right, it's excellent. But if he shelf him, I'm gonna be that main one standing in the gap. It ain't gonna be the popular thing, but I'm gonna be the main one calling him out. Yep, I'll be right here calling him out, saying you wrong, Eddie, for doing that, for protecting your prince. Allegedly, Liam Parro pricing himself out to fight in Puerto Rico, I believe. How can you be 90% in agreement, but y'all didn't agree with the money? That mathematical equation, that math ain't mathing for me, and I ain't go to Stanford. Of course, he will pull out. This is the boxing business. Someone must have convinced Parro to pull out. Dang. Never trust when promoters say 90% or almost done, or we had conversation. But see, that means, like, so now I got to question what you say. I can't, and for somebody like me, that's like purgatory, because I can't come out with nothing unless it's concrete. With all this McDonald's and Wendy's out here, I don't get down. I need to cook my meals, man. We got to wash our greens, man. That stuff take time, man. I might start, You might not eat for about 45 minutes before when I get in there. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. That's how we eat. Breakfast be lit. I already know he's going to lose the O in Vico. Only trust the paperwork. Exactly. High risk, low reward. Let me go back to that. Melazar Konseba. Only trust the paperwork. The paperwork. You know what I'm saying? I've been to a lot of different foreign countries, and you could be saying, you know, you could be trying and formulating your hands, and then you pull out that bread, and then then people get the understanding. You know what I'm saying? Then stuff get to moving, and all of a sudden everybody is so creative and they so willing to, you know what I'm saying, communicate with you. You know what I'm saying? That's how that works. High risk fight for Parro. Remember, Matias had 10 fights left. He needs to be very smart. 10 fights? Matias to fight a low-running opponent. Apparently, he's too expensive. What? If you got a stadium for the... you doing a homecoming with a stadium full of Puerto Ricans on your first fight back? With the right opponent? That math ain't mathing, brother. That math ain't mathing, man. That math ain't mathing. Fight for the world title in the main event isn't low reward. That's what I'm saying. He got the title. If you lose and you're not the favorite, nobody expected you to win. But they're gonna have to. I don't know, man. I don't know, y'all. Bloodshot 610. What it do? Body work. Salute, Bloodshot. Salute, man. The boxers. The boxers who fight Matias won a lot of money and good health insurance. Yeah. But I mean, you gotta know that. And Eddie and them had to have a plan, man. Eddie knows Matias will wreck his whole crew. I mean, but that's what, in my opinion, that's what makes it like, is this Operation Shelf. You can't let me, bro. I said what I described him as. He like a bull in the china shop, right? Didn't I say that? So why would you sign somebody over there if you ain't gonna give no? I mean, you gotta have people to feed them. And the way he was talking in that interview, he said, we got all the contenders, now we got a champion that's gonna put it on. You gotta, like, nobody ever planned to fail, but they failed to plan. You had to have a plan. S.A. Killer Bees Frenchie gang. My brother. Salute. Yes, sir. Maybe 80 got other plans for Parro. It's looking fishy in the light, man. No mas Matias. I gotta get that shirt. Who came up with somebody came front line? What it do? Body work and chat. Salute, y'all. Salute front line. Welcome back, man. Eddie want Matias wreck havoc in the division. Body work. Who you think will fight Matias? Barbosa. But that's not. That will have to be Golden Boy. But then you got to deal with Oscar. And this is what I'm trying to say. See, and this is going to be good. This is going to be good since PBC isn't involved. This is going to be good when it comes down to those fights where, you know, yeah, they all on the zone, but it's Golden Boy and Matchroom and Weather, because Oscar get to acting funny too now. He'll say, oh yeah, all day, we want to make these fights, yeah. We want to make these fights, yeah. We want to have good fights, yeah. And then he'd be like, no, but you got to understand that we built this guy up and you know, and he's only at like, I think he's only has like 56 fights, man. And then you got to think, man. This is Golden Boy, man. We did this. We built these fighters, so they got to understand. And it'd be like, man, y'all on the same thing, and you pretty much on your way out the door because they almost didn't renew that. That's why I think Oscar is kind of forced. It's kind of forcing his hand, because when they did that Misfit stuff and they did all that, people are playing for that novelty stuff, man. That's why I said boxing is getting anemic, and you got to be able to connect these dots. Because the Misfits really take precedence over all that other stuff, because it's almost like wrestling and boxing is entertainment and something it's probably more fan friendly and stuff like that, because families can come out. But the real boxing is just too brutal. But I think Oscar's coming out the door, but he act real funny when it comes down to his fighters. I think Barbosa would do it. I don't know who Barroso. I think Barroso. I don't know if he got ties to PBC, but I know Barbosa. I know Barbosa do it. I think if they put a contract in front of him right now, I think he'd do it. He's just that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I think he about and him and we going back because I don't know who Gary with. I don't know who he with. I don't know if he's still with PBC or what he got going or what his options are, or if he in that whole rollout with the Amazon and all that. I don't know, but I know Gary. I know GAR. I know he'll get with him. GAR and Barbosa right now. But then again, I thought Parro was gonna be down. I thought Devin, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was really going, you know what I'm saying, really prove me wrong again. I thought he was gonna really prove me wrong again, man. I thought maybe, I didn't know that Pitbull was gonna go to 40. That was kind of awkward because he all of a sudden he wanted to go to 40. But I'm like, that's for Rolly. That's why I say people be having different energy when it comes time to move up. But then when somebody else want to move up and go see somebody else, there's no way he needs to do that. No, he just needs to stay down. Because we already know, I don't think Tio gonna do it, man. I think his card has been pulled. Like his whole triangle section is showing. You know what I'm saying? To be politically correct, I think his whole triangle section it looks swollen and it's showing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. No baddie want to deal with the BB Kipper. Nobody want to deal with the killer. I got you, Garfield. Progray owns Matias a fight. Progray, I gotta hear from him. I think he will. That'll be. I'll be cool with that. Because I like Regis, man. I don't know what happened with that Devin Haney. I'm gonna continue saying that. I gotta see Regis out there. I'm like, man, Regis, that's just not one of the fights we're gonna talk about, Regis. You know, so I don't even want to hear that. You had a bad night, man. Go get Matias. You know what I'm saying? Go get Matias. Salute to everyone. Blessings, my brother Hector Tapia, boxing, no mas Tias. Let me speed up. All this ducking is devaluing the IBF title. Let me speed up so I don't lose nobody, man. Stick with me, y'all. I hate when people be lagging, but y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do this thing over here. Matias said he don't want to give Progray the opportunity since he lost the belt when he had the belt, and Matias didn't. He didn't give him a chance. Hey, but now he need to just go ahead and crucify him. If he the only willing body, you can't act bougie. You know what I'm saying? When nobody want to fool with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the balance right now. Yeah, and a lot of people like to play that balancing game, man, like that seesaw. I hated seesaws, man. I hated seesaws when I was little. I hated merry-go-round. Don't spin me around when I'm dizzy. And I hated them seesaws. But 1 minute you're up and then you're down and then I like the monkey bars. You know what I'm saying? So if we get real, we can drop down and you know what I'm saying. But you got control. I don't like that. The IBF title get devalued when it's unified with 2 extra titles. I know they got a plan where it can't. I know they ain't gonna let them do uni after uni after uni, but I'm thinking all these things had to be discussed and played and laid out. That's gaslighting. That's why I just read misdirection. Didn't I read that? Misdirection? Ain't that one? I remember when I was in school, the teacher asked a question. Nobody wanted to put their arm up. Salute. The IBF should stay away from unification. The IBF should take every title isn't defended. Yep. Matias can't go backward at 31 of age. Don't matter who likes it or not. It's either unify or defend the IBF for a nice purse. That's it. That's how it got to be. Start with the Matias needs to defend the title at least 5 times before unification. Progress chose to fight Haney over Matias. Now the table changed. Matias the champ and Progress have nothing and Matias won. Depending on how much, I mean, his pay should be whatever, and then the numbers, however they do it over there at the stadium, I mean, that's what I'm saying. The money thing, Matias end should be straight. He should already know walking in, hey, every time I step out, this is what I'm getting on this, unless we do something different. Like, he should already know. Like, what was 90% agreed to then? If nobody want to go over there, and then the money, and they ain't agreed on the money, what were we agreeing about? What flag I was going to come out wearing? Like, and I was going to come out last? Like, what did we agree on? Oh, we wanted to use like a red and blue ambiance out in the stand. Like, what did we agree on? Oh, the ring size and the gloves? That's what we agreed on. So 90% done, but we didn't agree on the money. Riddle me that. What did we agree on? And I'm not in the business lane. Somebody else do all that business stuff. I don't know anything about business. I'm just wondering. Body work. Always keep it real. Fuego. Arnaldo Nieves. Salute. I appreciate that. Melazar, he getting too old. Not too many people want that fight. He need to unify. That's why I said they were gonna use that against him too, man. I seen him do it to Jamal, man. And I called it out. I seen him do it to Jamal. They're doing it to Boots. Hey, trust me, they're doing it to Boots right now. They keeping that Porsche in the garage for too long. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man. Who am I? I'm just pushing the envelope and we need to get these fights, man. It's part of the business, man. A lot of people tell me, this is somebody ain't never put on the gloves, never been in the boardroom, never. As far as boxing now, they got to qualify with, as it relates to boxing. Make sure they qualify with that. I still want to see Matias and Reed. I still want to see it too. How much is Regis asking for? Progress got something Matias need, a name and make a statement. Luis Diaz, a dude from Matchroom. Luis Diaz, a dude from Matchroom. Okay, Cokie, forgot his name. Okay. Matchroom is not making the decisions. It's a partnership. Yeah, it's a partnership. Yeah. Lewis, it was mentioned on a couple channels that Parro wanted more money, but nothing has been confirmed. If you ask me, they are holding out to see if Tio bites. If not, it's going to be Parro. But hey, Tio said, but then Tio said he didn't want nobody that was going to run and all this. It's like, do you want to fight in Puerto Rico and grab all their fans and then go to Honduras, or how y'all want to do it? If it's a good fight, maybe if you win, y'all can fight in Honduras, or you know what I'm saying? If, like, I don't know, it should be able to be worked out. But a lot of these cats be talking, man. It's crazy, man. That's why I say, man, I can't, even when you try to be the other side on a lot of things, because if everybody, I'm not a bandwagon guy, so if everybody's going, like, think about every time Michael Jordan played, everybody was going for him. You know what I was going? I was saying Clyde Drexler and them boys. Because I'm not a bandwagon. It's like, man, somebody got to cheer for the other, like somebody, because if not, it's just, man, what's a good term? Like, we're just jumping people. Let's put it like that. We're just jumping people if nobody's going to pull for us. So sometimes I'll do that. If everybody going over there, I'll pull for this guy over there just because somebody got to pull for him. Otherwise, we're just watching a lot. And we hear the terminology where everybody really like cherry picking a lot of times, man. We are really setting up, like, because when they say, oh, man, you was expected to win and you was brought in to do this and that, it's like, okay, so people are getting served, like, rightfully so, and we know that. But that's what we condone and we want. I don't want that. I want balance. PDC hold Matias carried. I think he's saying he held his career. Never get comfortable. Panda did mention in an interview that Parro wasn't guaranteed. It was just a name that was offered. But so who was 90%? So they were saying that 90% was the D.A.Z.N thing. 90% was just 90% done with him actually signing to D.A.Z.N and Matchroom. Anubis, what up, body work? What up, Anubis? Welcome, Anubis. Do Berlanga will bring the KO or not? I don't know much about that McCrory dude, and then I'm not a big Berlanga guy, man. So I just want to see Berlanga do well, man, so that he ain't out on the streets, man. But I'm not big on Berlanga. I got Diego Pacheco right now. Matias gonna beat the brakes off Tio. If he get in the ring, Notch Mill, salute. The Floyd effect is destroying boxing. I'll take it if you label it the effect. You know what I'm saying? If you label it the effect, yeah, I would say, but not. I wouldn't blame for it. But the effect, his effect is. The only one making decisions in the camp is Juan Harango, Fresh Promotions. Boxing is becoming way too political. Too much talking. Yeah. Berlanga took it back to his roots. He got his old coach. I seen that interview, and I like what he said. He did make the right choice. I just want to see it in the ring. And I heard he used to box real good. I heard he used to box real good in the amateurs, man. I heard he wasn't really known for all that power. Teofimo father was talking ridiculous on Punch. I ain't see it. But let's try not to mention his name on that channel, man. Just say another channel, man. Just say another channel, man. Don't give him no shine over here, man. Cause it creates it disturbing. Cause if I say something like, man, forget that dude, so it'll create something. It'll draw other kind of energy. So I don't want that. But let's try not to mention these other people's channels over here, man. Bug gonna stop Canelo. I saw that he said Matias would run when he feel his son power. Tio said he didn't want nobody to run, and he got Matias. But Matias, man, you ain't gonna have to strap a GPS on him to find out where he at. You're not gonna have to stop him. You ain't even gonna have time to stop and ask for directions. Y'all seen that movie called No Country for Old Men? My man had the crazy bob. Yeah, that's Matias, man. He coming with the crazy bob. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He coming through like however brutal. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got that little thing. He had that little tool. That joint knocked out like a 2-inch bolt right out of a door frame. Like, pop! Like, yeah, he coming. Like, you ain't gotta worry about You ain't got to worry about finding Matias. He gonna come find you, Tio. He gonna be right there, right where you want him to be. He probably be right there for you. He probably give you everything you want. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be no punching bag. Probably start looking like he got about 4 arms in that money. He probably started looking like Gordo, what's his name? From Mortal Kombat. Oh, man. If PBC had good intentions for Matias, it would, man, Matias versus Rolly, and then Tio and Haney would have lined up easier. Instead, now everything is up in the air till, yeah, and then I don't know. I mean, I know they got, from the way it was described, was that like he's still not just locked into Matchroom and just his own. He can go wherever, so it's cold. But it is kind of like a history of when you go away from the PBC, man, and it's not right or whatever, man. I don't know if you get priority, man. I don't know if you get priority, man. That's why I was saying, y'all saw the videos where I was saying, man, I mean, y'all, you know, it was looking like it was good the way it was being advertised, man, but I don't know, man. Maybe it's a Manic Monday, man. Maybe we down. Maybe we just need to chill out, relax, you know what I'm saying, and let things, you know what I'm saying, flow. Puerto Rican power. Salute. Hit that like button, y'all, too, body work. Yeah, can y'all hit the like button? Female might need to switch careers and play soccer. When Matias finished with him. Hey man, if it was ever gonna be a fight where afterwards you question whether you got it, you still got it or not, man. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I don't even know with the way Tio talking, man. I don't even know if they can give Tio enough money to get in there right now. Even though what he say he want, he can get, and a guy that ain't gonna run, gonna be right there to be hit if you want, cause he's there to be hit. He's there to be hit. If that's what you want, and somebody that's gonna bring it and fight you, you know what I'm saying? Mano y mano. You're gonna get that. Matias is still. Let me hurry up, y'all. I'm sorry. Nah. He gonna go to feel his legs like Ergashav. Comment on Parro's Instagram. Now, Cokie. That's what he on the chat agreed about the money. Yeah, I'm like, what? Let me speed up. I just wish we got an announcement. It sucks. Barbosa said Matias is too much money. What? Yeah, I wonder, you know, and I think because I told y'all Andre has shared one of my he shared a video I did on him on his Instagram, and then all of a sudden I went to go hit him up. I was like, hey man, hey, you know, salute champ, you know, this and that. No answer, no nothing, and then you see stuff like that. That's been happening, y'all. That's been happening. I'm like, okay, so that's why I say, I guess if you got something going on over there, I guess you can't come over here. I guess it's I don't know what it is, man. That stuff weird. So, but that's what happened with people who jump from place to place to place to place. I've been the same. Now I'm just narrowing the funnel down to who I'm talking about now. And if I talk about it, it's because it's a fight coming up. This is what I got in concrete. This is what I can stamp. This is gourmet. This is not McDonald's or Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? This is not a buffet. Everybody not gonna be coming in, reaching in on this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be one chef cooking everything. Matias versus Barroso. Remember in the video I said, man, he the only one I think could get in there. Remember I said that in the video? He was the only one I think, well, I said GAR. I still think GAR. I just don't know his affiliation. So we got to consider that in the business. I don't know. Everyone has an excuse when it comes to fight Matias. I just heard Shakur, which is one of my favorites, said he willing to fight Matias, but he had a different weight class. He just said that? If he said that after that Tio stuff, then I called that out. Remember the whole video? Remember what I was saying? Like people acting like they just had this idea today. I did the live last week. I was out there. I stay in real. That's why I say it's a curve here. I be on stuff like in real time. I'm on it, like what matters, and then I stay on it. Sometimes I'm like 6 months ahead of what's going on. But they were trying to act like, oh man, yeah. And I thought when he said this, I'm like, man, y'all ain't hear that nowhere before. That's why I say, man, if y'all hear something that was said over here and y'all see that somewhere else, y'all gotta start checking people for that. Y'all gotta start saying, hey, I heard that on another. You ain't gotta say the name. You gotta be like, dang, that's crazy, because I heard that on another channel. Start doing that and see how the conversation switch and change. Because I was saying, if he said, oh, he'll go to 40 for Tio. Remember when I asked the question, I said, did Shakur open up a whole can of worms? Because you can't be willing to go to 40 because Tio looking like food. No, you just admitted you willing to go to 40. And you got a WBC. And Devin Haney got a WBC. at 40. That's real interesting. That was said last week. We talked about that. Eddie asked Tio, please give me a fight with Matias. I don't know, man. Yes, because Barroso is with the Cuban promoter who just fought with Golden Boy under the zone. See, that makes sense. That makes sense. Barroso gonna fight. It actually might be a good fight, man. Barroso be stopping. I mean, that might be a good fight. Matias said he'll fight Gervonta at 138 catchweight. He said he'll do that. That's what's up. Hearn's begging Tio Lopez to fight Matias, and now we don't hear Teofimo's mouth now. He's hiding under a rock. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Jose Rodriguez, what's good? Body work with the 100 emojis. Salute. PTL Durdo. Haney and Tio said they just signed up to fight Matias in February and July 2031. I was reading that, I'm like, what, 2031? You got me on that one. What's Tio's excuse to not fight Matias? Man, I think his rectangle area is kind of it's chafed and swollen, and it's you need some napkins for it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's going on. I could be. Don't misquote me though. Don't misquote me. That was a good one, man. That was a good one. He wanted to fight. Yeah, man. That sounds good, man. That's what we were saying. He is, man. Right now, I like at the core. I like Tio, but it's like, man, come on, son. Come on, son. Come on. Teofimo know Bob Hearn do business with Eddie Hearn. Tio don't sell. They won't even give him a chance. 2 fights per year in 5 years, 10 fights. Damn, what I missed. Been working crazy. Salute, man. Yeah, be safe out there. We just trying to figure out, man, what happened with Parro and how was it 90% done when the money wasn't, if the money wasn't agreed to, what was 90%? Or was 90% just 90% at the time before he actually signed the co-promotional with Matchroom at his own? Like, what was the 90%? Because in the article I read, Parro and him, they were like 90% done, agreed in material to the terms. I'm like terms ain't terms. The first thing is like the money. Salute, Ghost. What happened to the legacy fight for this clown? Tio can't sell the family barbecue in his own backyard. Yikes. What's up, Ghost? Hey, they say he did 6,000. I think it was 6,000 at that Jermaine Ortiz thing, but then, you know what I'm saying, we won't really know what's going to happen until the next one. Now I'm interested to see who Parro will fight next. That's another thing. When you turn down shots like that, you turning down the title. That's why I had to have Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez turned down 3 title shots. 3 of them. And people still like, oh, Jose. I'm like, man, what kind of fans are y'all? Elvis Rodriguez, we went down that path, and I mean, they should revisit that. They should revisit that, and I hope Elvis is staying in shape. Now, that's actually a good fight. That's actually a really good fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a good fight. Wait, Parro ain't fighting Matias now. I don't know what's going on. Been working OT. Yeah, they saying he don't agree to the money. See? Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. That was a 9. I'm way behind. I'm gonna go all the way down and start backwards, man. So I make sure, because I don't want y'all being here just with me lagging. Golly, y'all showing a lot of good support, man. All right, I'm right here. 927. I got that. All right, here we go. Salute those ghosts. Parro is still in the picture. You guys wilding. I think he is. That's why I said, is that misdirection? Somebody let me know. Yeah. Tio Lopez is, yeah, I like, hey, that man said he married to the gym. And I said, man, I'm not a bandwagon, but I've been having my eyes on him. You know what I'm saying? I can only do but so much, but I've been having my eyes on him. The man said he married, he lives on a facility. That man said he don't even got no lady. Man, I was like, dang, I mean, you dedicated, brother. I mean, you dedicated, man. You say you don't even got no lady. He married to the game. I said, man, that sounds good. I hope so. I hope you doing it like that. But if you are, if you that committed, I gotta support you, man. I gotta support you. And he nice in that ring. He nice in that ring. For everything I seen, he nice in that ring. He gonna come on the scene and do some damage. He already is. Everyone coming out of Silas Gym in KO in the middle of the ring every single time. Silas hasn't a win already 2 years. Y'all on y'all stuff. Let me see. Belonga got away from the distractions. Yeah, I heard that. So I'm looking forward. I got positive energy for him. I just want to see more of the skill. I guess when I was hearing about him, I was hearing all this hype and this and that. Then he fought my man from out here in Laurel, Demond Nicholson. I seen that. Demond Nicholson wound up getting Andre too. But he from Laurel. That's why I went to high school at Laurel High School. But I know a little bit about Belonga. I've been watching his fights, but as far as him personally, I didn't get into that aspect of it. But I'm glad he moved. He said he was in Tampa. I wanted to move down to Tampa, for real. I used to want to move to Tampa, man. Barbosa called Matias out on Instagram after Matias win on Ergashev. Very disappointing news from Barbosa saying Matias is too expensive. Yeah. Michelle Rivera is nobody for Matias. He needs an American name, no matter how many undefeated he got. For some people, it's like that. I mean, he just came off a good win, a bounce back. You know what I'm saying? He suffered the win from Frank Martin. Puerto Rico in the house, Tino Racing. So y'all, okay, I think I'm all caught up. Yeah, Luis Diaz was saying, settle down. Yeah, we settling down, man. That's why I said, man, is it just another manic Monday? But I was like, man, I was raising some signs, though. But yeah, hey, that's why I say, man, I'm looking at these comments. Y'all do that body work. Hey, you can't just float nothing out here, man. They be done, it's the 300. Before I even get to it, they already be like, poking, like busting it all up. Like, I don't even gotta do nothing. That's why y'all here, man. Salute to the kidneys, you know what I'm saying? Salute to the kidneys, the 300. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, man. If you want to, this is only if you want to cook and you have something positive or something to contribute to this session today. This is only if you have something positive, something to, put out there about it. You know something, or you want to get something off about this subject. This ain't to just troll and try to get my my phone number. This the Spartan chat, no filter, no fanboy. Yeah, we don't snipe people. You know what I'm saying? We don't snipe people. We don't even gotta put our hands on you. We just gonna hit you with that body work. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even gotta really do nothing. Such a wonderful climate. And one of my lights went out for the little studio setup, man. So I'm like, and everything was trying not to let me get on today. Like, my camera started acting funny, and then my light had been acting funny the last couple of days. I'm like, okay, energy. That, like, whenever you take it to another level, all these different energies be coming at you. They try to, you know what I'm saying? They try to, but you just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going. Teofimo Fowler was getting interviewed by, he talking about Matias like he always do. He's saying that the only one ducking the Matias. But y'all already know what that's all about. That's this new brand of promoting, though, y'all. That's this new brand of promoting, and you got a lot of people that are promote that, man. You got a lot of people that's going to promote that and give that legs. Remember, we feed what we want and we starve what we don't. Somebody going to be a volunteer. I'm with you. They say if two or more can agree, Garfield. If two or more can agree on the thing, man, hey, and we believe. You know what I'm saying? We believe that. So if you out there saying that out loud, I'm saying it out loud, we agree on that. Hey, somebody going to be a volunteer. Yes, sir. Dennis Ayers better step up. Matias taking his shine. I think it's room enough for both of them, man. That's another thing. It's room enough for both of them. That definitely Tio females love her. Yeah, man. I don't want nobody, because he the type, he'll probably try to come at me over some dumb stuff, but it ain't gonna be because of nothing I said. But hey, y'all know how it is, man. That's this new brand of promotion, the kind that I said is toxic. But in today's day and era, they thinking if they not. That's why I was confused when Bernie had said that. Bernie said that in order to get a fight, that Boots had to get disrespectful with Bud to get a fight. And I'm like, but what if he never does it? That's not really in his nature. And then here recently, they said that he just stayed and what'd he say? He said, if he would have just stayed in line and not let them, I forgot how he worded it. If he would have just stayed in line and not let them do whatever, he said he would have got the fight. I'm like, man, y'all. There's some people out here that in hindsight, they'll tell you anything. They'll tell you anything. You know how after some stuff about to go down and you get around and it's this one dude that's always talk, man, shoot, about 5 more minutes. Man, I was about to swing, man, had it been about 5 more minutes. And you like, man, you say that every time. Eddie Hearns has a nice venue with Amanda Serrano in PR, and I bet he's looking to see how those numbers are going to be, and then Matias' fight is going to be announced. Yeah, I mean, we keeping the pressure. Remember, we could be feeding something else, but we're not gonna give nothing else, no oxygen, no air, no nothing. We gonna keep it unless it's something, you know what I'm saying, that comes down the pike. Now, some other good fights getting ready to come out that I'm getting ready to start rolling out. And I'm gonna ask y'all to be in my lives when I do those fights too. You know what I'm saying? Don't just show up when it's about, you know what I'm saying, Subriel. I want y'all to support me because I'm me and trust that I ain't gonna feed y'all no McDonald's or no Wendy's. This is gourmet. No, hey, volunteered to fight him. Your body where Matias got them feeling the pressure and they haven't even stepped in the ring yet. They scared and talking crazy. Yeah, you right, Ghost. It's I said, that's why I say it's getting ugly, man. Like, y'all know when that Predator take off his mask and he go, and them things come out, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. I was like, man, that is ugly. It's getting ugly right now. It's getting ugly right now, man. I hope they ain't get my man, you know what I'm saying? I hope they ain't get my man Subriel like that, man. I mean, it's co-promotional. I know Juan, you know what I'm saying? I would respect and believe that Juan is going to do what he got to do. But y'all on that Xander? You think it's hype? Oh, you saying he's getting a bigger, higher push than Xander? Is that what you saying? Xander's still a baby. I prefer to let Matias get the shine now before it's too late. Yeah, it's a significant. Yeah, and 31 with his style and the fact that he's 31, he already been through some things. It is a clock there. Let's be realistic. For his fighting style, you know what I'm saying? For his fighting style, his age, and you know that the fact that he been through some things and being a boxer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I think they can't play around with him. You know what I'm saying? Because they can grab him and hold him and maneuver him or keep him away or play. You know, they be playing. It seems like they playing hide and go seek right now. And it's like Matias is it. And everybody's hiding in well-placed spots. They're looking at Matias like he's the John Wick of boxing at 40. That's crazy. No, the fans are going crazy for Matias in Puerto Rico. Yeah, I figured that. I figured that's what you were saying. Facts. The fans just wait. Who going to fight with Subriel next? Who? Yep. Who? I like when they say that. Who? That's why I be saying that now. When I say that, I be like, who? Right now, the best 140 is here. Who want fight me? Who? Oh man, that was classic, man. That was classic. Well, ain't nobody want to punch. I believe if nobody steps up, I boast of Matias' team and make it work. They gotta iron out the money and the way these fighters are ducking nowadays. Matias doesn't have much time. That's what I'm saying. Because you might get one, and then how long it's gonna take you to get the other one, and then the other one. It's this game, man. It's this game, man. It's a boxing game, man. That's why I say I don't mind focusing for a little while on keeping the pressure where it need to be. At least giving somebody a benchmark, a time stamp, a barometer, a pulse of what's really going on and what really matters in boxing right now. That's why I do what I do anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just giving the pulse, just some fact-based content. You know what I'm saying? This is not opinion-based. You know, you can't get this at McDonald's. He caught a body in the ring. I might take the Tio route if I was a boxer. He definitely a track star, man. I mean, Tio he could be a gymnast. He could be a track star. It's just Matias is like, he's like, hey man, we going to the ring. They like, nah, we going to the track. I mean, we run people. They running cross country now. They not just running around the track. They running cross country. We used to have to do that. When I was in high school, we used to have to run cross country, man, in the off season for football to stay in shape. Oh, but that's how I started loving how to run, man. Like running long distance. That's what helped me when I went to the military too. People running cross country, man. They, you know. I'm like, man, I thought y'all, you know what I'm saying? I thought y'all like to. They like, nah, we just keeping our heart rate. We running, you know what I'm saying? That's why I gotta highlight this. This is embarrassing, man. This is embarrassing for the sport, man. This is embarrassing for the sport, man. It really, it's. I don't know. It might be Manic Monday, man. We're gonna relax. I believe since Matias started pro late, he got about 4, maybe 5 good years. It just depends. If he get that big fight and he blow up the way he must see TV and he hit one of these, he crack gold on one of these pay-per-views, man. I mean, shoot, it'll take a couple paydays. I like Zayas. He in great shape. He's scary. He seemed to be winning in the ring. He got shot twice and stabbed. I passed. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said, man, people know, man, they know. That's why I said he's actually identifying who's really like in it for that mano a mano, and then who's in it just to. Cause now I'm starting to see it's like, oh, if I could slide by him or catch him at a vulnerable time or get him when he's early. If you listen to some of these large, like the big ones, when you listen to some of the McDonald's of this boxing game or the Wendy's of this boxing game or the Burger Kings of this boxing game, I'm talking about those kind of players. If you listen to those guys, you'll be real confused. You'll be real confused. Because none of the standards, it never line up right. It never always like it's one, oh no, that was this, oh no, it's that. It's like, because now they want to catch boxers when they're at their least advantageous. I understand as a boxer, you want some advantages. And I mean, I guess I can understand that you would want all the advantage. I guess I can understand why you would want all of them. I just think that's not Predator. That's not Highlander stuff, man. That's not Predator Highlander stuff, man. And you know, I think they get that in UFC though. They do kind of get that. I see that. Like, you ain't gonna be in there like, what should I say? Man, I'm trying to watch my language. Because unless somebody is reporting me, man, they already started some dumb stuff. That's exactly what he said he refers to in the ring. I believe him. Wilfredo Benitez was a 3-division champion at 22. Z too young to fight for a title, for real. He's too young for a title shot. Get out of boxing. They all want to be Mayweather, but Money May was not ducking. D.A.Z.N has done exactly what he was supposed to do and is willing to do as well. Zaya started at 16. Yeah, they got him. He is doing very well. I don't think they need to rush him, because you got to think they're trying to make that man into a star. Like, they see him, he's in there for the long haul. If they didn't see anything with him, they would have been throwing him to the wolves. They're not going to invest that kind of time, energy, and effort into him and then, you know, potentially cash him out. I ain't gonna say they're gonna handle him with kid gloves. I think they kind of been doing okay for his development. You know what I'm saying? But they want him for the long haul. I think they want him to get into the size that he's going to be, because he still got some growing to do. He's still growing. So ain't no telling what weight he gonna fight at and all that. But he gonna be good. He's already good. Well, for where they want him to be, he ain't really got no real names on there. But for where they see him at, they not gonna risk the biscuit with him, man. They're not gonna risk somebody They're not gonna really risk it with him so far. They're not gonna put him out there and throw him out there to the sharks and the wolves. But they see something in him, man. They see that they got culture. What's funny about some fans in the sport of boxing is that they discredit fighters while ex-world champs and legends give them credit, and the fans try to say they don't know what they talking about. Yeah. The mentality of Matias is, you knock me out, I'll knock you out. Yep. Rush him. He's 22 and have no real competition. We know it's just the trajectory for him. They're not Zab Judah fought Mickey. It's a whole different day and time, man. It's just different, man. 140-pound division is hot right now. But in your opinion, what's the next hottest division? I ain't gonna lie, it was 135, but I think it's 154. I think 154. 154, man. 154. Because I was going to say 147, but it's all in limbo. It's all shaking up. 40 is about the best. That's why I call it the roll. 40 is the best. I thought it was going to be 35, but man, 35, man. Say less, Mike. Say less. Zayas has potential. Xander Zayas need real competition, at least B-level boxing. Ex-world champ or something. And he'll start doing that this year. That's what I think. I think they about to bring him along. I think they about to bring him along. He is entertaining. Yes, he is, Angelina. Salute, Angelina. Different time, different division. To me, the hottest division, 140, 154, 160, and 168. Yeah, 168. Once they all get to mixing it up, man, once 168 really get to mixing it up, that's the before 160 and 168, 160 is like, I don't know what's going on. It got potential. It's some names. What happened to Adames? Ain't he at 60? Did he go up to 68 or he still at 60? This is no joke. Tio Lopez Sr. look like he need to go to AA. Tio Jr. need to see a psychologist treatment and psychiatric at the same time, for real. Man, I think they done learned the entertainment part now. Like, and a lot of people are real open to being the bad guy now. A lot of people are wanting to be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to criticize them when it comes to boxing. When you criticize them when it comes to things inside the ring that they did or didn't do, then you're the bad guy, but they want to portray the bad guy all the time. Really weird. The current active bosses are not giving Matias props at all. All hate and fear is real. Canelo holding the 168 hostage. This is the first time I see 168 so packed. Yeah. It's just now coming back, and it's some young killers. Like, it's a thick division. Wait till they all start mixing it up. Lewis, I do agree. What I'm talking about is the delusional fan should express myself better. Yeah. Adames 160 still. Yeah. I don't know what's up with him though. Because I know Janet back there, Adames there. But yeah, 168 too. It's a sleeper. It's a sleeper, but you know, we're not gonna be manic about it, but I did want to come back out and reiterate this, man. Let's keep the energy where it need to be. You know what I'm saying? If you out and about in your boxing conversations, man, and you hear something, especially if it was something that was said over here somewhere, man, start saying, hey, I heard that somewhere else, because people are making a killing off of it. People are making a killing off of the stuff, man. I'm like, geez, y'all gonna be that flagrant? Y'all gonna be that bad? I mean, people are taking whole titles, like 3 days later, doing whole titles, doing whole shows, like all the tenants. They'll try to sprinkle some other stuff on it, but I'm like, man, it's getting treacherous, man. So if you see that, you know what I'm saying, give credit where credit is due, man. Say, hey, I heard that somewhere else. Help your boy out, man, because it's starting to, I be getting mad. I be like, man, y'all, like, ain't no originality. Like, you got all the interviews. You got the interviews. You know what I'm saying? You get to talk to the people. You just ain't got that sauce. You ain't got it. You ain't that creative. I know. Golly. Being a bad guy is one thing. Being a high-level crash dummy is something different. Oh, that was a good one. Eleazar. Teofimo was embracing the bad guy persona in that cell. It could if you work it right. Tio said Puerto Ricans are easy to beat, but he almost lost to a half. He think it's cell, but is it equating to numbers? Think about it. This is the litmus test. Peace, Jose. Tio was weird, but this is the litmus test. It's going to be a fight for Matias before summer. All right, y'all, look. This is the litmus test to see if all that drama and all that other stuff really sells, right? The way Devin Haney and them promote, the way they do their thing, the way he's always put as the bad guy and everybody and their mama ducked him. I think I heard that I think the latest one was that Manny Pacquiao ducked him because he never sent them a contract. He never checked in with Devin to see if he could retire, and he also he didn't ask Devin if he could run for to be a senator. So he clearly ducked Devin. Like, you think about the way they promote, like with that kind of logic. Do that equate to numbers for them? All of this stuff, all of this, like what Tio said about Tank and the DSLs, you know what I'm saying? Which was crazy if you ask me. Crazy. You talking about crazy? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That might have been like a slip of the tongue, because as a man, you don't say things. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. Do that equate the numbers for him? Especially when he grabbed the mic after the fight, after Jermaine Ortiz. Is that going to equate people wanting to buy? When you got sponsorships and endorsements and stuff like that, is that something that when they Google your name or they see that or they hear that, is that going to help you get some more bread or make other sponsors be like, I want a guy like that on my team, or I want to cut him another check? Do that make sense? So you can go that bad boy, right? But the only way it works is like you go in the ring, you perform, you do what you got to do, and then afterwards it's a way to be the bad guy. Like the Joker was a bad guy, but he was a smooth guy. You know, he had a little ways. Like most bad guys, they got style. They not just being a bad guy is not just having diarrhea of the mouth. In other words, being a bad guy means that you're gonna take that dark side. You're gonna play that role, but you got to do it with some flavor, something that's going to equate to you actually getting some more bread, so that your stock rises. Not so that nobody want to do no business with you. In the case of what we're seeing in a whole nother level, and I don't want to excite no OnlyFans. I don't want no OnlyFans coming to lock my head off. But again, basic farmer's principle, man. Those seeds you plant will reap a harvest. Sometimes when you least expect it. Yep, Mayorga sold a lot of PPV. He got a couple most watched fights. What Tio don't get about the business is that if his fights ain't on pay-per-view, he doesn't get money from the views. Top rank dude, because it wasn't pay-per-view to see. Liam Parro just pulled out the Matias fight for June in Puerto Rico. Jacko Afuego, I see you. Roll Rage 860, thoughts on Zoo and Keith Thurman. I say Tim KO's Thurman. Thurman talking a good game, man. Thurman talking a good game, man. I gotta get closer. I gotta put my eyes on Keith, because Keith can box, and I seen a couple fights ago. I seen Tim can get out boxed now. It just like he said, when I catch Thurman. He said, when I catch Thurman, it's gonna be like what do you say? It's gonna be like a lion catching a gazelle when I catch Thurman. He sounds so creepy. Mayorga was crazy when Tito beat him. I was there. Wow. That's what's up. Oh no, though, they're trying to imitate Camacho as a showman, especially Tio. Impossible task before him. Nah, man. The best way to do is find an opponent, go to training camp, enlist the people that's going to help you enhance your skills, and then go in there and complete the job. And then you can ask for whatever you want, or get an increase, or build off of that. But like nowadays, it's just social media, man. It's just social media, and they think that's the way, but it don't equate to the numbers. What credible source are you getting that story about Parro pulled out from? Thurman win by KO. Papa's YouTube channel don't count as incredible news. Thurman got power in his hands. Mayorga was embarrassing. Tio only says Puerto Rican contemporary are easy to beat. What's wrong with that? Well, you blanket statements like that, whenever they can be misinterpreted, trust me, in this social media and this media-driven, salacious time, people will take it and run with it. So it's not going to be something you're going to be wanting to ask, especially whenever your opponent is Puerto Rican. It's not going to be, and plus it's shown that it hasn't worked yet. Making blanket statements like, especially with any kind of like anything about somebody's heritage, anything like kind of crazy, making those blanket statements about any nationality or anybody's background or specific background in general, it don't bode well. And so he's trying to like incite and try to be the bad guy, so people want to, you thinking people want to pay to see you lose, but not in that era, because some people don't have the extra energy. And boxing ain't giving us enough for them to really be pressed when you fight. It just don't make no sense business-wise. I think Tim is going to be too strong for Thurman. You think Tim's going to be too strong for Thurman? I'm still mad with the Zoom family. Yeah, man. When he hit Zab with that, you had about 2 seconds before the end of the, what was that, first round, second round? It was early. And Zab was boxing. He was boxing. Got hit with that. Oh, you get. He had to lay down. Then he was up there telling the ref, "No, you don't." And the ref was trying to tell him, like, "Listen, man, you had departed us for a little while, brother. You had left the building for a second. You came back. It's cool. You live to fight another day. But as far as this one is a wrap, guy." Keith Thurman already started his stand-up sessions, comedy sessions. Thurman was still rusty for the fight. Could be a factor. I don't know. Puerto Rico news. That's where I heard it from. Matias Parro off. Thurman has been out for 2 years. Going to get hurt to the body. I seen it in the fight he had before Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, he said he's gonna catch up to him like a gazelle, man. He said he's gonna run up on Keith like a gazelle, man. And I liked him though. I liked him too, man. I respect Thurman, you know what I'm saying? I respect Thurman. I don't like how he did Earl and how he was acting and then talking all that stuff about Pacquiao. Then he underestimated it, because that kind of shook up. That was the beginning of when 147 really started kind of, in my opinion, of this recent, like when it could have all got cemented in it, man. If Keith Thurman would have took Manny Pacquiao serious, if he would have just took Manny Pacquiao serious, man. But if it was a fifth, we all be drunk. Carissa Shield acting like that's cool, like you with Thurman, man. Yeah, I didn't agree with that. Definitely didn't. She and her feeling. Keep it with Matias, not race. Yeah, keep it with the guy or the opponent. His father, KO, one of my favorite boxers, Zab Judah. Yeah. I remember that fight. I was little. I remember seeing that fight, man. I remember that fight like it was yesterday almost. Tim is a beast. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this one up, man. That's all. I just wanted to keep the pressure, man. We keeping the pressure. Remember, we feeding what we want and we starving what we don't. And I appreciate everybody who came in the building. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time. I think we did. From my experience, when a fighter crossed the race or religious line, it doesn't usually go well. Yeah. So salute to Melazar, Jeco Afuego, Peachy, Melazar, Champion Sports, Luis Diaz, Ghost, Roll Rage, Heriberto, Alvarado, Eleazar, D.A. Lop, Angelina, Luis Diaz, Ghost, Champion Sports Boxing, Garfield, Jose Rodriguez, Luis Diaz, if I miss somebody, please. I'm trying to get everybody. And let me see, I think Angel Castro, Arnaldo Nieves, my man. JT Del Valle was in the building. Tino Racing, Puerto Rico was in the house. I like the way y'all support, man. That's why I gotta rock with y'all. We gotta keep that pressure, y'all. Ed Cruz, Santos Reyes. Let's see. Angel was in the building. Yep, Angel was in the building. Angel Rosado was in the building. I'm Puerto Rican and Eddie Hearns. See, there go Angel. Angel has spoke on it. I didn't even know you. I think that's when I was trying to catch up. I'm Puerto Rican. Eddie Hearns, in my opinion, he is a slick promoter. I hope he doesn't hurt Matias by putting him on the shelf. Matias looking to unify. Look at what happened to Andre, Boo Boo. See, he coming in saying the same thing, man. That's why y'all here, man. Like minds think alike, man. Like minds. Salute, Angel. I appreciate you showing up, man. Notch, a million was here. Who else was here? Frontline was in the building. Salute. Puerto Rican Power was in the building. Anubis showed up. Y'all be showing out for your boy. S.A. Killer Bees, Frenchie Gang was in the building. Hector Tapia was in here. Y'all showed up. In my opinion, showed up. Bloodshot 610 was in the building. Man, y'all make a brother feel good, man. Ooga came in again. I'm seeing everybody was here. And y'all stayed in here. And y'all stayed in here. And Luis Diaz, thanks for that high five, man. I appreciate that, man. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make me feel good, man. But anyway, you know I'm gonna stay consistent with that hot fire. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's a live or another video, you know I'm gonna stay on it. You know, so I appreciate everybody who came out. Everybody who showed support, man, and let's keep that pressure where it need to be. Thanks for tuning in here with Bodywork Box. We don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to